Hello, in this video I'll be covering the FIFA World Cup Fantasy game guidelines, and I'll also be doing World Cup Fantasy content during the tournament. So subscribe if you aren't already, and the link to the website for registration will be in the description below. So without further ado, let's get started. So once you're done with the registration process, you'll be able to create your team, and you have a budget of 100 million to build a team consisting of 15 players, and you can create your team to match any of the formations that are 8 available formations. And there are also some restrictions on how many players you can select per nation depending on the stage of the tournaments, and there will be maximum of 3 players per nation during the group stage. In round of 16 there will be a maximum of 4 players per nation, quarterfinals 5 players per nation, and semifinals 6 players per nation, and the final will be maximum of 8 players per nation. And about the captains, for each match day you must select a captain who will score double points for your team, and you can change your captain at unlimited amount of time as long as the new selected captain is yet to play in the current match day. So it's more similar like the UCF fantasy, whereby in case a certain player has not played in your team and you want to captain him, you are able to change that captains through the match day. So you can just pick another player who's there to play during that match day and select him. So if you choose to change your previous captain, you lose their points and your new captain will score double instead. So in case the new selected captains scores less than the previous selected captains, you won't be able to just reverse and just go and take the points scored by the previous captain. So points scored by the previous captains will be lost, and your new captains, the points scored by him will be doubled. And about the substitutions, so when creating a team, you must also select 4 players to be located on your bench as designated substitute, and one of which must be a goalkeeper. So similar to other FBA games, so like UCL fantasy and the FBA, the normal fantasy game, there'll be 4 players on the bench and one is the goalkeeper, and players on the substitute bench will score points each match day, but they will not count towards your score. So any player on your bench who scores points, they won't be added to your total points during that match day. And your substitutes will become active in your team and replace a player who has not played in your starting 11 automatically if you have not made any manual substitution during that match day. Your outfield bench players are prioritized 1 to 3, with the first priority substitute being the first to replace a player who didn't play, as long as it means one of the wide formation. So this means like your bench order matters during this game. So the best player on your bench must be put on the first on the bench, and the least best player on your bench must be placed last. So once any player in your starting 11 misses out and you didn't do any manual substitution during that match day, that first player on the bench, as long as it means one of the wide formation outlined earlier, so it will be substituted in the 11. So you need to keep that in mind, like when selecting your bench, like your bench order, the best players must be put on the first on the bench. And automatic substitutes will only happen at the end of match day, allowing you to make manual substitution up until the start of the final match of the match day. So you can do manual substitution before the final match of the match day, and automatic substitution will only be triggered after that first match of the match day. You're able to sub out player in your starting 11 for a player on your bench who has not yet played in the current match day. So it's similar to UCL, like you're only able to substitute in the player to do the manual substitution on the player on the bench as long as he has not yet played during that match day. So if a player on the bench has already played during that match day, it can be subbed in. In this situation, your points for the subbed out player will no longer count towards your score, and the points for the subbed in player will count instead. So once you substitute your player from the 11, for someone on the bench, his points won't be counted towards the score, and the points that will be counted will be the subbed in player. And on to the boosters. They're known as chips in FPL. So once the tournament begins, you'll have the opportunity to use 3 available boosters, which are wildcard, 12th man, and power captain. So during the wildcard, this will allow you to make unlimited transfer within a specific round and cannot be used for the first match of the group stage of the round of 16. So before the kickoffs of the tournament, everyone will have unlimited transfer, so the wildcard won't be valid. And once the group stage is done, everyone will have unlimited transfers, so the wildcard as well won't be valid or needed. Another booster is a 12th man, and this will allow you to select 1 additional player to score points for your team in a match day, and once selected, the 12th man cannot be substituted, captained, or transferred. You can select any player to be your 12th man. Budget or team restriction does not count. So you can pick any player in the game as your 12th man, and he will score. The points you score will be added to your total score, and this player cannot be substituted, captained, or transferred. This player won't meet the team restrictions. The team restriction and the budget when this chip is active does not count. So like I see, like maybe in the group stage there'll be a maximum of 3 players per team. So once this chip is active, so you can exceed that number, and the 12th man can also be selected. So you can have 4 from the same team, but this player cannot be substituted, captured in, or transferred. Just selected. So once the points scored by him will just be added to your team. And as well as the budgets, no need to worry about your budget when this booster is active. Lastly, the power captain. So this will allow you to get double points from whichever player scored the most points from a 15-man squad, and this player will automatically be assigned the captains. So once this booster is active, no need to pick the player, only need to assign the player to captain. So this will be automatically assigned to the player with more points in a 15-man squad. So you'll not be able to reverse the booster once it has been confirmed, and the booster will remain active up until the end of the current match day. So once the booster is activated, it cannot be reversed. So you need to be sure, and you need to play that chip on the current match day, and when the booster is activated or confirmed, it won't be reversed. And a booster can only be used once, and multiple boosters cannot be used at the same time. So once the booster is used, it can be reused again, and you can't choose more than 1 booster during the same match day. You'll be given a limited allocation of free transfers to use over the course of the World Cup, depending on the stage of the tournament. So in the pre-tournament, now unlimited transfer, and before the start of the match day 2 free transfers. Before the start of match day 3 is 2 free transfers, and once the group stage is done and before the start of round of 16, everyone will have unlimited transfers to reshape their teams. And before the start of the quarterfinals, 4 transfers. Before the start of the semi-finals, it's 5 transfers, and before the final, you'll be able to make 6 transfers. And as well, once the transfer is confirmed, you will not be able to reverse the transfer, same as the booster. So you need to be sure when confirming your transfers, and as well as your boosters or chips. There's also there's a table below, like matchday transfers, and become active depending on the player status. So you can just go to the site and read it through. Yeah. Other thing is a scoring system. So players will be awarded points based on the actual performance during the World Cup. So same as FPL, whereby the players are awarded based on the performance on the actual games. So players will score points based on the metrics outlined below. So all players, this doesn't depend on the position. So all players, if you're in the lineup, so appearance 6 minutes or more, you earn +1. Assist +3 points. The yellow card is -1. The red card is -2. An on goal is -2, and the winning a penalty is +2. So if a player wins a penalty, you earn 2 points. And conceding a penalty is -1. So if a defender or any player concedes a penalty, you lose -1 point. For goalkeepers, the clean sheet is +5, and this will depend. He must have played 70 minutes or more. For goal conceded is 0 points, no point gained or lost. For each additional goal conceded is -1. Goal scored is 9 points. So if case in the tournament your goalkeeper that scores a goal, you earn 9 points. For a penalty save, and which does not include penalty shootouts, is a +3, and every 3 saves he makes, it should be a +1. For defenders, the clean sheet must play 6 minutes or more, is +5. First goal conceded is 0 points, so no points gained or lost. Each additional goal conceded is -1, and goals scored is +7. So when picking your defenders on a squad, you need to see defenders with goal threat. So like just they score during the tournament, they will earn you more points, like 7 points. So as well, like defenders profile when selecting your team, does matters to get maximum points. For midfielders, a screen sheet must spread 6 minutes or more, single points. Goal scored is 5 points, and every 3 tackles he makes is +1, and every 2 key passes he makes is +1. So as well, you need to see the profile of midfielders like you like, or you need to select in your team. Example like Neymar, can create a lot of key passes during the game, so you can select him, and also he can score goals. So you earn new points when scoring goals, and also earn new points with the key passes it creates, as well as those defensive midfielders. So when every 3 tackles defensive midfielder makes, so it will earn you 1 point. So when picking a squad, you can just choose what type of profile of midfielders you need to go for, and depending on their profile and their position on the pitch, and they earn you points, so either in tackles or maybe in the key passes during the game. For forwards, the goal scored is +5, and every 2 shots on target is +1. Same as other players pick, like you need to select as well a type of forward who tend to have a lot of shots in the box as well. That will help you. Once you get 2 shots on target, you have an additional of a single point. To the mini leagues. So mini leagues, you have the ability to create and join an unlimited number of public or private mini leagues over the duration of the World Cup. So you can join and create as much as number of leagues you want. It's unlimited, so both private and public. Creating a public league means that others can only join this league if you share the league information with them. So I think here it meant a private league. So creating a public league means that everyone is open and available to join. That's what the public league is about. But I think here's about creating a private mini league. So this private mini league, not a public league. So this private league, the others can join it once we share that league or that league information with them. So via maybe code or link, email, Facebook, and Twitter. So you can just share it with a friend and others. So they will be only able to join your private league once with this league information. That's the league code. So if you've created a league, you are able to remove users from your league up until the league starts scoring. So you can just decide amount of players you want in your league, and if they succeed, you can just remove others and just keep the number. Lastly, with the match day schedule. So this is the schedule of the whole tournament. So match day 1, or the first game of the group stage, which kicks off 20th of November this month, and the tournament will end at 18th of December. So I think you can just find this schedule, the World Cup schedule calendar online or at this site. So that's all from my side, and the link at this website will be in the description below. You can go and check it and read the game guidelines in detail. So subscribe if you haven't already, and do leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.